Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2020 Operation Barbecue Relief Volunteer Awards. Now, this is a great program and great awards because, listen, I've been involved with Operation Barbecue Relief for about a year now, and one of the things that struck me is listen, the way it runs right now from top to bottom is absolutely incredible, but this does not run the way it runs and feeds as many people as you have fed and all over the country as well as it's done without you people, without the volunteers, without those that are volunteer for all the different jobs and these different awards. We'll talk about all these different jobs, but you're the backbone to operations like this. None of it goes on without the help of the thousands of volunteers. When this started, hundreds of volunteers to now thousands of volunteers to the different jobs that you've been tasked to do and have done them so incredibly well that has made Operation Barbecue Relief be able to feed over 9 million people in the 10 years they have been around, which is incredible. And anytime they say what an incredible organization, they're saying how incredible you are, the volunteers who are helping. So it is really, really my honor to give out the volunteer awards for 2020. I think this is a fantastic way to recognize. And again, we have winners here and we have the runner-ups and all that, but understand everybody is needed to make Operation Barbecue Relief run as smoothly as it runs. So while we do have winners here, and we'll announce them and talk about them, you are all so vitally important to what Operation Barbecue Relief does and will continue to do going into the future. So I will move on because as everybody is watching now, they want to hear who won these awards. It's always a cool thing, right? So let's start this thing off, all right? Let's start with the Heart Award, shall we? The Heart Award is presented to an individual who has demonstrated an extraordinary level of giving spirit, okay? The award finalists for the Heart Award were Chris Creech and his family, Lori Pollock, Mike Moore, Rebecca Yorkie Chapman, and Rob Lee. So those are the finalists for the Heart Award. This year's recipient is Chris Creech and his family. Chris Creech and his family have made a lasting impact on Operation Barbecue Relief. Their dedication, spirit, and enthusiasm, there definitely have been an inspiration. They never hesitate to do anything on deployment, often performing many different tasks while sacrificing a break, their own personal time to try and get those meals out to those that it matters most to. Chris has been involved with Operation BBQ Relief for many, many years, always a shining star wherever he goes and whatever he does. He serves as a role model for his family who closely follow in his footsteps. So the Heart Award again, thank you to the Creech family and congratulations. And thank you to all the finalists. Onward we go. Let's go to the Motivational Award. Okay, the Motivational Award is presented to an individual who made a remarkable impact on morale at a deployment or an event. Now, the award finalists for this motivational award are Nelson Creech, David Smoky Dave Birch, love that, Lauren Taylor, and Lori Pollock. Those are your finalists. This year's recipient is, well, familiar name, Nelson Creech. Nelson is on the forklift from before can to after can't. Basically, that means a hell of a long time. When you get up in the morning, he's already moving material around and we have to stop for the night and take a shower. We sit down to relax and then you still hear a noise. That's Nelson on the forklift continuing to move things around. He just keeps on going. His constant drive is seen by all and motivates others to keep going. Nelson, congratulations, and we thank you. On to the next award, the Road Warrior Award. What a cool award name that is, the Road Warrior. The Road Warrior Award is presented to an individual who has not let travel, distance, and or time hinder their participation in deployments or events. The award finalists for the Road Warrior are Doug Baumberger, Mike Moore, Lori Pollock, Don Edwards, and Rebecca Yorkie Chapman. Those are your finalists. This year's recipient is Mike Moore. In 2020, Mike tirelessly shuttled vehicles and equipment to Cedar Rapids, Lake Charles, Beaumont, and Orange Beach, among others. Always willing to be on the road for Operation Barbecue Relief. He always gets equipment where it needs to be and spends long, long, long hours doing so. Thank you, Mike, and congratulations. Up next is the Cucumber Award. The Cucumber Award is presented to an individual who entered into the disaster relief scene as a brand new volunteer with Operation Barbecue Relief for the first time and made quite the impression on those around them right from the start. Your Cucumber Award finalists for this are Donnie Paul, Jess Painter, Lauren Taylor, Samantha Mulford, and Victor Raska. And the winner here, the recipient, Donnie Paul. Donnie's first year at Operation Barbecue Relief began in Nashville in 2020. He's been the go-to guy for this year. He's become a member of the FAST team, first one in, last one out for deployment, to set up and break down our deployment sites. Operation Barbecue Relief is incredibly grateful for Donnie's dedication to our mission. Thank you, Donnie. Those first in, last out. Listen, deal with that all the time in my profession in broadcasting. We go to a site and things are set up. They don't magically get set up. A lot of people, and in this case, Donnie and so many others, are there to set it up, and then you get to leave, and then somebody's got to break it down. There they are doing the same thing. So it's an incredible job. Next award is the Innovation Award. The Innovation Award is presented to an individual who has made a life just a bit easier for the volunteers by introducing an idea or invention which has been put into service at deployments, events, and or behind the scenes. This is a thing I would never be able to win because I have no imagination at all. I can't think of how to use things, and I certainly can't invent things. The award finalists for the Innovation Award are John Hansel, Mike JetBlue Swerian, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, Paul Carnell, Rick Hughes, and Stephen Campbell. The recipient is Mike JetBlue Swerian. Mike is a person who does whatever it takes on deployment, from working pits and tilt skillets, hauling trash, putting down tar paper, and even the dreaded wash pits, all without complaint at all. While working these areas, he's always there to make things better for all volunteers. Ever cleaned the pit? Now understand, if you've ever cleaned the pits and had the drain pipe get clogged, well, he manufactured a rod that cleaned the pipe, not only the long part, but the short one as well. He solves so many problems and constantly strives to make OBR better. Thank you, Mike. And I so appreciate people like this who can look at a situation and find some kind of a solution. I'd just be standing there banging my head against the wall. So congrats, Mike, and thank you. The next award is the Behind the Heart Award. The Behind the Heart Award is presented to an individual who works tirelessly and often unseen behind the scenes at Operation Barbecue Relief to make the organization successful. The award finalists for Behind the Heart Award were Abby James, Judy Walker, Mike Moore, Mike Richter, and Scott Guy. This year's recipient, Abby James. Abby works on the volunteer management team, where she handles the volunteer side of non-disaster events, including creating events and verifying that deployment requirements are complete. She was integral in deploying volunteers throughout 2020 and also served on the virtual volunteer team for every 2020 deployment. Most importantly, during the Lake Charles, Louisiana deployment, Abby continues to perform all her volunteer duties even after being mandatorily evacuated from her North California home due to the wildfires that were coming at her. So we thank you again, Abby. Again, something I couldn't do, making sure all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted. Is such an incredible task for the amount of people that has to be done for. And Abby doing it under the incredible circumstances of the wildfires encroaching on her place in North California. So congrats again, Abby. Next up is the Grassroots Award. The Grassroots Award is presented to an individual who's put their barbecue skills to work outside of Operation Barbecue Relief deployments and events to serve their own communities in an exceptional manner. The award finalists for the Grassroots Award were David Keith, L.E. Arnold, Mark Lambert, Scott Jarrett, and the Wilson family. This year's recipient is David Keith. This award is all about giving completely outside of Operation Barbecue Relief. And David, well, he's done that. He's done just that. He brings a whole lot of experience to the table from a professional cooking and catering perspective, and has years of experience with Operation Barbecue Relief, running various non-disaster events. He's very active in his community, and he uses his vast experience to run a variety of local events to help those in need and give back to his community. We thank you for that, David. Congratulations. Next up is the Leadership Award. The Leadership Award is presented to an individual who displays the utmost in leadership characteristics. The award finalists for the Leadership Award were Alan Nichols, Mike Richter, Cheryl Bailey, Jay Collins, and Joey Wilson. This year's recipient, Mike Richter. Mike is a dedicated leader across the board. He has served as deployment site leader numerous times during 2020. Some of those times were back-to-back, and once while his own home was actually under threat of severe weather. He's been involved in numerous non-deployment events as well as behind the scenes in various Operation Restaurant Relief engagement. Mike has done a super job in the role of site lead as a mentor to others as well. We thank you, Mike. Mike, one of those guys that just, you always say, where's the leader? Who's leading? You can just tell. You can tell who those leaders are. I've always said that about sports and the teams I was on when you vote for a captain. And, a lot of times you don't even have to vote. You just say, who's the leader of this team? And 9 times out of 10, everybody's going to point to that one person and just say that person is that natural leader. And Mike, congratulations on that this year. It sounds like you are just that type of person. Last up, we have the Rod Kramer Volunteer of the Year Award. The Rod Kramer Volunteer of the Year Award is presented to an individual who exemplifies volunteerism and is recognized for their outstanding contributions to Operation Barbecue Relief. Now, Rod Kramer was one of the nicest guys in competition barbecue. He was always very positive and everyone's biggest cheerleader. Rod was one of the first volunteers to arrive in Joplin nearly 10 years ago. And through Rod, we got our first corporate gift after becoming a 501c3 nonprofit charity. Rod stayed engaged up to the very end when he lost his battle to leukemia. This award was named after Rod because of the heart, work ethic, friendship, and respect he embodied. These are key traits of our Volunteer of the Year. The award finalists for the Rod Kramer Volunteer of the Year Award were Chris Creech, Rob Lee, Mike JetBlue Schwerian, Mike Moore, and Tony Olive. This year's recipient actually earned the award largely by not being in the spotlight. I'm thrilled to announce that Operation Barbecue Relief's 2020 Rod Kramer Volunteer of the Year is Rob Lee, one of the most humble volunteers to grace OBR. So many of his efforts take place behind the scenes. And everybody needs those people, those that take care of everything behind the scenes. So everything up on the stage and on the scenes is in perfect place. And that's what he does. You'll find him on deployments, moving inventory around, working on food prep and countless other activities. But for all the efforts people see, there is unseen work tenfold. He's racked up thousands of miles driving OBR equipment. That lonely man on the road driving everything around, right? Throughout the height of COVID-19, he was so instrumental in transporting food to Operation Restaurant Relief restaurants so they could produce meals to feed those in need in communities hit hardest during the shutdowns. In a year where Operation Barbecue Relief produced over 5 million meals, the truck driver is the real unsung hero. So, Rob, we thank you very much for that. Again, congratulations, not just to the recipients, but to all the finalists for this and all the other thousands of people involved in this. Again, this organization does not run as well-oiled machine as it runs without every single one of you. And that's what we look forward to going into the future. Continue to serve those in need. Continue the programs that help others. That's what Operation Barbecue is all about, giving that meal, that comforting meal to those in need. And so many of you have been part of it for so long, and this will just continue to grow. So thank you for joining us for the 2020 Operation Barbecue Relief Volunteer Awards. We appreciate everyone's commitment in sharing the healing power of barbecue. And you know what? Let's just keep it going, because we know it, unfortunately, it doesn't stop. More people are going to be in need, continue to need everybody's services, and we appreciate everybody's services. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.